Hey everyone, it's your boy Felix Fletcher here, and in today's video I want to talk about the direction I want Square Enix to take the Final Fantasy VII Remake in. Just a fair warning, there will be spoilers in this video, but since the original game came out in 1997, I think most of us are familiar with the story by now. But I don't want to be a jerk like the guy in school who told me exactly what happened before I got to that point, so you have been warned. What I'm hoping for is maybe multiple endings. Give us the chance to save Aerith. Maybe make it a challenge. Maybe we have to have max favor with her. Um, maybe give us a challenging boss for that point of the game to fight. Um, my idea would be last time I played through in the ancient temple, I noticed that there's almost like a premonition of what's going to happen. You see Sephiroth jumping down with the Masamune, and Aerith even witnesses that. I kind of almost wonder if maybe she knew what was going to happen after I saw that. Um, Recently, I played through using the Yuffie glitch. I was able to keep her the entire game. Her presence wouldn't really change much anyway, if you think about it. You could just forget about the part where you take the ancient key and go back to the ancient city because you would already know what's happening with Holy. Um, the next big part of the game after she dies is Great Glacier, which is a lot of leveling and stuff. But it doesn't really change much. And then, from there, it's just huge materia going back to Midgar and then Northern Crater, and the game's over. So, let's truly just reboot the game. Let's just forget about Vincent's crappy game, Crisis Core crappy game, Advent Children crappy movie. Let's remake the universe because all that content was really disappointing, if you ask me, and didn't really live up to the original game anyway. We could have an ending where Aerith and Cloud have a kid or something, and the ancients repopulate the Earth, and it's like a happy ending. And it could really open up maybe some sequel ideas, like Aerith and Cloud's kid has to go on a adventure. Maybe there's a new threat from space, or maybe there could be two different protagonists in that game, like maybe Tifa and Cloud's child, or Aerith and Cloud's child, and maybe that could be an interesting new game idea. Or if they don't give a way to save her in the game, maybe you could do it on a second playthrough. Like just imagine a new game plus where you could get her for the second and third parts of the game. That would be awesome if you ask me. And I always thought that would be a really good idea for the original game. Like I don't think Square Enix thinks really about replayability. I noticed that when I played FF8, the remastered version again, they don't even let you skip the damn junction tutorials. It's like, what the hell? I've played this game like 4 times now. You don't have to watch the junction tutorial again. I want to replay the games and get more out of it. I think it'd be cool if like there's a hard mode and then you could unlock her uh, for late use later in the game, and maybe even like play as Sephiroth or something, as just switch him out. Didn't change the story, but just let us play like looking like Sephiroth. I think that would be cool. Or maybe even make Cloud look like Sephiroth and like switch the roles. And I think that would be a really interesting idea. And you don't have to change the story; just make it skins that you could turn on, or you could give him some of Sephiroth's abilities. That would be really cool, actually. All right, let's talk about possible cons of this idea I'm proposing. I mean, it kind of would diminish Sephiroth as antagonist. He's always been my favorite antagonist from the Final Fantasy series, but none of the even other ones are even memorable. I mean, if you think about Final Fantasy VIII, you don't even see Ultimate Tissia until the end of the game. It's kind of forgettable. FF9, I couldn't even tell you who the end boss was because it was so forgettable, and the antagonist wasn't even played up. And in 10, it was what, Yul Yevon or something? I can't even hardly remember. I mean, they're all so forgettable. So, I mean, if Aerith lived, maybe he wouldn't be as great of a villain, but, you could always just give it to us in New Game Plus, and then it doesn't really change the story. All right, here's my idea. Maybe in the ancient temple, when Aerith sees Sephiroth jumping down with the Mausoleum, and that's could be like a premonition that she knows it's coming. Maybe if you have max favor with her, Cloud could also somehow see this and realize that continuing through the temple and everything is just going to result in a bad situation where Sephiroth gets the black materia anyway, and then they could just leave the temple, which is kind of what happens when you use the Yuffie glitch. You actually go through the temple twice to save her. But maybe you could just leave and you would realize maybe there's some sort of Sephiroth clone that's controlling him that you have to go fight and kill. And then maybe one of Sephiroth's lackeys could just get the black materia anyway, and the story could continue as normal. One thing I felt that wasn't really well explained is how Sephiroth loses control over Cloud anyway. I mean, after Aerith dies, and after Cloud gives him the black materia, then suddenly Cloud's not under Sephiroth's control anymore just because he gets some mental therapy from Tifa. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. It's kind of like what happens with Renoa. She's being controlled by the sorcerers from the future, but then they just go save her, and the sorceress never does that again. And Renoa is a powerful sorceress and can literally wipe out every single one of the party members. And that's the same thing with Cloud. Cloud could have turned on all of them and killed all of the party members. Why was it just Aerith? Just because she had the white materia? It doesn't make sense because they ended up stopping Sephiroth anyway. So why wouldn't he just continue to control Cloud and kill all of them? I see that as a very big plot hole. Maybe someone can explain it to me, but I don't understand it. And the same thing with Noah. Why wouldn't the sorceress just use her powers to continue to try to destroy the party? All right, so in conclusion, I just want maybe multiple endings, maybe a new game plus option, a hard mode, with some rewards like skins, Sephiroth skin. I also thought it would be really cool if you could have like a Costa del Sol outfit for everybody, or the dresses for the girls, as skins that you could just put on. Because I mean, look at what's happening with 15. People are just using skins on that anyway. Why not give us a bunch of cool outfits for all the characters that we can just put on at any time? Make them difficult things to unlock. That's cool with me. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you want to, and see you on the other side. Hopefully, I'll be getting my copy not too much delayed because I ordered it through Amazon. So, wish me luck because I want to play it. I think Australia already is. Peace out.